I am Daniel Lucas.
Hello, I'm Alessandro Bartoni and welcome to Food 101.
Food, people. Let's talk about food. So, Chefy,
Hello, Daniel, how are you?
I'm fabulous, Chefy. Another week, another great episode on Food 101. And we are inviting you people to please do visit our official website, www.food101.ca.
Yes.
So what they can see about our website, Shafi?
Oh, they can see anything over there. We have we talk a little bit. We cover up a little bit everything over there. You know, we got sauce, we got pasta, we got main, we got a little bit everything. But we fill it up even more gradually every times. You know, some dessert we got some. I think jam, pickles, a little bit everything.
Everything under the sun is there, people. So please visit our official website, www.food101.ca. So, Shafi, what we gonna talk about today?
Well, let's talk about risotto. I like risotto. You know.
Yes, I love risotto.
Yeah, risotto.
Arancini.
They are very. It's a very good meal.
Yes, for sure. From appetizer to main course to dessert. Can we do the dessert? Risotto dessert?
Well, we can put a rice pudding. So Italian rice pudding. Why not that one?
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. So let's talk about rice. First, risotto. It's it's classic. It's there is there are many different kind of rice growing in Italy. If you look at the history, the rice start to grow when in the south of Italy for centuries, and gradually is moving in North Italy. Especially on the Po Valley, the river of the Po River, and there is because it was the best suitable place to cultivate the rice at that time. So practically in the Lombardy region, it became so popular, the rice, and classic saffron risotto, or very classic simple way how to cook the risotto, with butter, onion, white wine, Parmesan cheese. That's classic. And the variation of the rice that we have in Italy, it's amazing. Like we have so many different kind of rice. Each rice you can use it different for different kind of dish that you can make. It's like we have a Carnaroli rice, we have Vialone Nano, we have Arborio rice, the Baldo, Arlecchino, we have the Roma, we have the Maratelli. So there is so many different kind, and each one we do different kind of recipe. And for example, if you're looking for a very good risotto, like a luxury style risotto, you will go with the Carnaroli rice.
High end.
Yes, if you want to go for yes, it's nice risotto, but more particularly like a truffle risotto, you will go with a Vialone Nano. Then after for example, you want to you're at the beginning, you're the beginner to cook rice at home, to make a risotto, I would suggest Arborio rice. Is kind of basic for risotto. Still, it's you can make a mistake with that. It's no. For example, the Carnaroli, is going to hold you the cooking time, so it's going to be al dente, nice risotto. And if you know how to cook, it's going to be a very very good risotto over there. Now, let's talk about other different kind of rice. Like if you want to do a rice salad, you will not use an Italian rice. Like most, like
Italian rice.
Like like a Arlecchino. This is all kind of rice that you use. Roma, Martelli is kind of rice that you use for special dish, even for like a minestrone, you want to put rice. Well, with a nice maratelli rice, you can, it's a very, very good for that. Even aroma rice is good for like a thick soup, rice pudding, or even a baked risotto. Like we in Rome, we make the tomato stuff with the rice. That's be perfect, that kind of rice. Instead, if you're talking about the rice salad, you're looking at parboiled rice or like a
Mm,
basmati, jasmine rice, a brown rice. That's a good one for that because you don't need the starch from the rice. So the difference
yes.
between cooking a risotto and cooking rice at home, like with a rice cooker, if you or even a boiled rice, you washing the rice, you you take it off all the starch from the rice because you don't need it in the rice cooker. Instead, when you make a risotto, you need the starch because that starch is your creamy sauce of the risotto at the end. You know, once you start to when you start to toast the rice, then you wet in the rice, and then after you cream in the rice. That's the three step of making risotto. So when you toast it, it's when you toast the rice at the beginning and in oil or butter, you give a little bit of fat around the each rice, and then after that you wetting with wine and make evaporate, and then after you put any kind of broth that you like, a seafood broth, a beef broth, a vegetable broth, and then when you practically you creaming the risotto, that means at the end with the result of cooking the rice with the broth and release all the starch, you add your cold butter and your cold parmigiano, then you called mantecatura. You mix all together. That's at the end is going to be the creamy risotto at the end of the risotto.
So,
Simple.
chef, yes. Go ahead, Chevy. Go
If you
ahead.
know, if you see it, well, of course, if you see it, it's much easier than talking about it.
Yes, definitely. So, Chevy, tell us why is toasting the rice in fat before adding liquids as a critical, non-negotiable step,
Well, mostly because
especially
you don't want to
risotto.
lose the starch at the beginning. So you create like a shell around the rice with the fat
Okay.
shell with the oil. Then after when you wet the rice, then it start to release a little bit at a time all the starch when you cook it, and that's what you need for the risotto to make it nice and creamy.
Okay. Well, people, I hope before you.
It's not that simple to cook risotto at home. It's but like I say, for the beginning, you always use an easy way how to make a risotto. To make a risotto, you can't
Mm,
boil the rice. You had to, like I say, you had to toast, you had to wet, you had to mantecate. You had to mix together. So it's a process to make. You can boil because if you boil, it will be no risotto at the end. It's just like a boiled rice. it's You know what I mean? Like you're looking at
yes.
it's just like a side dish of rice.
Yes, al dente for sure. So, Shafi, how do you know just by looking the risotto in the pan that was reached a perfect, creamy, flowing consistency?
Well, you think about it's going to take at least 15 to 16 minutes to cook rice from scratch. Then you leave it that 2 minutes when you shut it off. To you shut down the gas. You just let it finish cook with the own uh, heat inside the pot. And when you mix well, you add the starch already, and you add your fat, your nice cold butter and your parmigiano. Then you make that's the movement that you make. They call mantecare. You just move as like a wave. And mix like a wave the butter with the cheese inside the pot. That's give that more creamy uh, way out. More creamy risotto at the end.
Mm. Manticare for sure.
Mantecare, yes.
So, what is the magic that happens in the final step of a heat when you fiercely stir in cold butter and cheese, Chefy?
That's make the cream at the end. When you the result, the practically the starch and the butter getting together, and the fat getting
Yes.
together, you mix and you give that wave when you mix in the pot with the cheese. You got all that creamy risotto. But you don't need a cream to make a risotto because you're already gonna make the cream with the butter and practically the starch.
Yes.
It's like
Definitely.
when we make, for example, we make cacio e pepe, no? And you just boil the pasta. You use the starch from the boiling water, and you mix it with the cheese. You don't add nothing else. You just add the cheese and the starch from the pasta, and that one creates the cream around the pasta when you mantecare, when you mix together the pasta with the cheese. The same thing.
Yes, the process is the same thing. So, Chefy, can you give us more tips in cooking risotto? At
In
least for
cooking
people
risotto,
out
well,
there,
if you at the
especially.
beginning, like I say, if you're in the beginning, I would suggest, arborio rice. It's simple to use. You got, you can even make a mistake with that. It's no problem. you know, but like I said, if you follow the three step that we use, it's like the toasting, the wetting, and the creaming. That's the basic. So you have your own. Okay, let's say you want to make risotto alla milanese, for example. So okay, you have your butter, you have your rice. You toast your rice with butter. You put a little bit of shallot inside, just to give a little bit more flavor. After that, you just you wet it with the white wine. You make evaporate it, and then after you make sure that you have a boiling uh, saffron bouillon. And then a little bit at a time,
Saffron.
you add the saffron bouillon in the rice. A little bit at a time. You don't have to cover up 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter. No, no. You have to make it get a little bit at a time. Absorb the rice. You don't need the water. You don't need to make it float the rice in the water. You just gotta uh, make absorb your broth with the rice. So the starch is going to coming out and start to create this nice, beautiful cream around the rice. Then at the end, you just when you see it after 16 minutes, is the time is ready. You just turn off the gas. You add your parmigiano. You add your butter. You just mix, give it the wave, shake the pot and make a mix together. And so at the end, it's going to be nice and creamy.
Nice and creamy for sure. And Shafi, before we go or continue to our discussion, people, we are happy to share to you that we are number 11 of best food podcast. 70
Wow.
best food podcasts, and we are number 11.
Wow.
Thank
Fantastic.
you so much, people. I hope next week will number 10. And please do visit our website profile, people, available on ART19. This is our new homepage provided by our podcast platform, ART19. It's something new and something bigger.
Better and bolder.
Yes, for sure. We're getting bigger, better, and bolder people for the fifth season. And our sixth season is coming, and we are cooking something bigger, better, and bolder for sure, because that is our aim for this podcast. So, Shafi, let's continue about the risotto.
Absolutely. So we'll talk about cooking now. Okay. let's talk here. Okay, for example, risotto alla milanese. Well, we was talking before we make the bouillon, saffron bouillon. Same process. You got your shallot, sauté with the butter. You have your toast your rice with that. After that, you wet with the wine. You add your saffron bouillon. Let it cook a little bit of time, a little bit of time, a little bit of time. Until you got your 16, 17 minutes. Here we go. You taste your rice. It's up to you how you like it. If you like a little bit dente, if you like it soft. Usually, you're talking about 18 minutes for the rice to be cooked anyway. And that's it. You just finish
Yes.
up with the butter and parmigiano. Now, if you're looking at, if you want to do, let's say, Barolo risotto. Same
Wow.
process. You have your rice, your shallot, your butter. Instead to use a white wine, you just use a Barolo wine to give it the flavor. So you got the red color on the risotto. A little bit of the time, you add a nice beautiful stock. I would suggest maybe a nice beef bouillon or something like that. Yeah, a little bit of time. Same process. You butter and parmigiano at the end. You just mix it. 18 minutes, 17, 18 minutes, and we go. Risotto nero di seppia, if you like the cuttlefish, the black ink, the squid ink. That's a very good one. I really like the squid ink, especially when you got all the black teeth after. But
For
no,
sure.
if you like it, it's a taste. It's some people like, some people don't. But simple. Like even this one is the same thing. You got your shallot. You cook in the butter, and instead after the white wine, you add your fish stock. Would be fantastic if you have a nice fish stock, and you just add a little bit of black squid ink, and let it cook together again. Same thing, butter, parmigiano at the end, and we go done. And for example, let's say now it's time. We go into the autumn. Here we go. Nice
Yes.
pumpkin risotto or a nice squash risotto. Beautiful. A nice squash puree. You can make with any kind of squash right now. You cook, you can bake your squash. You just blend everything, make a puree. You make a something risotto. The basics all the same. You got your shallot, a little bit butter. Or if you want to use olive oil, that's fine. And white wine, you put your puree in. You just put a vegetable stock, cook up to, like I said, at 18 minutes, 17, 18 minutes. Finish parmigiano or pecorino if you like. Pecorino is good too.
Yes.
And a butter, of course.
And butter for sure.
So if our listener want more recipe about risotto, just let us know and we can just provide to you, no problem.
Yes, no problem. Chef Alessandro will provide for you. We're gonna upload on our official website, www.food101.ca. So, Shafi, before we wrap up our discussion today about risotto, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my Abstract Essay is already in fifth season. Abstract Poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and of course, our Food 101 with Chef Alessandro, soon to be sixth season, and we are so excited for that. And Geography 101 in its fourth season, and my baby podcast Law 101 and Mental Health 101, Love Letters in the third season, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Shafi, to wrap up risotto, what else you can recommend to them, especially
Risotto,
for
you can use
yes,
as a main dish. You can use as a side dish if you want it. If you have a nice grilled salmon, a nice butter parmesan risotto on the bottom, or pea puree, green peas risotto, a squash risotto with a nice salmon, or even a nice pork chop on it, grilled pork chop. Fantastic.
yes, definitely. People, please do try at home. So, Shafi, one
Yes.
more for someone who has never made risotto before and it's intimidated. What is the
No,
piece
don't
of
be
advice?
intimidated. Make a mistake, we go. If it doesn't come out good, you can make it still arancini anyway, so that's fine.
Double purpose.
Yes, of course. That's how we make it in Italy. We use risotto as a pasta course, so that's it. Leftover we use for arancini.
Yes, people, Chef Alessandro and I already talked about arancini many times, from first
Yes.
season, second season, third season, even fourth season. We talk already about arancini. So please do go back to our episode, and for sure you will love arancini. So, Shafi,
Okay, people.
see you soon.
Bye bye.